My 29F husband, 30M, said I belonged to him and that I always would. It feels weird even posting this because we've been happily married for 7 years, but something my husband said recently has been bothering me. I brought up how I was thinking of getting my master's degree and working again. He asked me why I would want to do that since we have a 2-year-old son and me working wouldn't make a difference to our family's finances. The reason I've been considering going back to school, work is because of one of my friends has been left in poverty after divorcing one of his friends. When I told him that, he told me we wouldn't ever get a divorce. I told him my friend never thought she would get a divorce too, but look at her now. That's when he told me I belonged to him and that I always would. I told him I wasn't his possession and he said I should have thought about that before I married him. At this point I got really upset and called him a jerk and told him I was going to bed. We haven't spoken about it since, but it's been bothering me. My husband has always been playfully possessive, but this was the first time he said something like that seriously. I never thought he really thought of me as a possession, and I don't like knowing he does. I don't know if I should just drop it since we are otherwise happy or if I should say something about it. I could really use some advice on what to do. Too long did not read. My husband told me I belonged to him and that I always would during a conversation we had. It's been bothering me, but I'm not sure if I should bring it up again. Wow. After hearing that, I would definitely start thinking about that master degree. He should be cheering you on as you pursue learning, one of the greatest things the human mind can do. He should want to see you better yourself and thrive. He doesn't. Something is fundamentally wrong with his reaction here, and it's even more imperative now that you go for that degree. Your intuition about this is spot on. I don't understand how someone could marry another person and have no idea what their stance, views on marriage dynamics are. Playfully possessive or not, it was wrong time to joke about it since you were discussing a serious topic, and his response was in no way assuring. At this point, you should 100% go for the master's CUS. Not seeing through his way that you are his possession will lead to more issues. The fact that your husband doesn't see you going to school, work as a positive thing, is a huge red flag. He should want you to grow and progress as an individual, and if he doesn't, then you have a problem. He views you as his property, he literally said it. He doesn't want you to get a degree or career because he wants to make sure you can't leave him. If you get that degree and job, you have money and thus control over yourself and life. But right now, you're dependent on him and that's what he wants. If you need a convincing reason in the short term, what if he got hit by a bus tomorrow and was either killed or handicapped in a way where he couldn't ever work again? To me, that's just as compelling of a reason to not want to be permanently out of the workforce. But, yay, I'd start rethinking all of those playful comments. Is he says things like a joke just to take away the harshness, but it's not really a joke kind of person. Might be time to take the blinders off. You got a separate bank account, op? If not, get one ASAP. Seriously, it would freak me out if my SO said something like that to me. It's one thing to say I love you, you're mine in a loving way, but to say you belong to me, that tonally sounds possessive, yikes. Relationships are never a sure thing. Marriages are never a sure thing. Each person in a couple is their own person, they just happen to be with someone else and work with someone else as a team, and there's an understanding of that and a respect of it and for it. Look to other responses for real advice, but insofar as to what I want to say, don't stop going to school and get that master's and pursue your education and career. Edit. Controlling SOs have entered the thread with downvoting. I'll say it over and over again. Stay-at-home partners need to get 50% of disposable income after bills are paid to keep from being financially abused.